Almost all people look up to or idolize a person, whether they mean to or not. In modern society, we all look to people for ideas, entertainment, and general guidance through different experiences. A prime example of this is shown in the epic poem of Beowulf and the later published story that goes along with it, Grendel. These two pieces of writing are clear illustrations of the constant need of heroism in society since as far back as humans go. After reading Beowulf and parts of Grendel, I was led to think, why, as a society, are we constantly seeking a person to worship or label as a hero, and what do heroes really do for us? Modern-day heroes are people such as soldiers, firefighters, and the president. They are seen as heroes because of their selflessness, bravery, loyalty, willingness to help others despite the consequences, and constant self-sacrifice for the better of other people. So, what is the true definition of a hero? Well, Merriam-Webster defines a hero as a person who is admired for great or brave acts or fine qualities. And that seems quite accurate if one was to think about the people seen as heroes today. In the poem Beowulf, the main character, Beowulf, is seen as one of the greatest heroes in all of the land for his actions. According to Dr. J. Michael Stitt of UNLV, in Germanic societies, such as the one in which Beowulf takes place, there were heroic codes which defined how noble a person should act. In addition to strength, courage, and honor, these codes also included loyalty, generosity, and hospitality. The heroic code was of great importance in warrior societies. This code is what aids in determining Beowulf as a hero along with all of the other heroes of his time. Beowulf has the respect of many people around him because of his feats as a warrior and displays of heroic actions. As stated by Orion E. Clapp, a sociologist, in his article, Hero Worship in America, there is often a common process that contributes to forming a hero. He says that a person's fame is achieved by a spectacular demonstration which impressed the public and caused him to be recognized as a hero. Then, a spontaneous response of hero worship occurred before official recognition of his achievement, revealing many of the mechanisms of hero worship. After that, almost immediately a mythical interpretation to grow up, in which various features were attributed to him in popular imagination through story, song, and verse. This process is what gives heroes all of the glory they receive, including Beowulf. With a better understanding of heroism and what it takes to become a hero, one can begin to look further into the need for heroism in society by using the two texts. In Beowulf, there are a fair amount of warriors and kings that are seen as heroes. We know the process that got them there from Clapp. But why did they do the things they did to get them that far? What was their motivation? Who and what was pushing them to do the things they did to make them heroes? During his last fight, Beowulf was having more trouble than usual, but then he was inspired again by the thought of glory and threw his whole strength behind a sword stroke and connected with the skull. With that, one can infer that heroes are influenced by the reactions they get from other people, and the people give them that reaction because of their heroic courage and bravery. Another person seen as a hero by the public in the epic poem of Beowulf is Unferth. He was known for being a successful warrior and was admired by all for his mind and courage. The Geat people had a strong admiration for Unferth because of his likable qualities and uncommon physical strength, making him a hero. The story of Beowulf is a useful demonstration of what characteristics and motives of a hero are and how society inspires those things. Grendel is a monster that wreaks havoc among the people in Beowulf and is seen as scary, violent, and unforgiving by the Geats. In 1961, John Gardner wrote Grendel's side of the story, which gave Grendel more characterization and feelings, helping the reader to better understand him and his actions than they would by just reading Beowulf. Grendel spends a lot of time secretly observing the people. He is very interested with the things they do and say, and starts to come off as less and less villainous and more misunderstood. While watching the people, Grendel seems to have a particular interest in what the Shaper has to say. When Grendel heard the Shaper, he felt himself swept up. He knew very well that all the Shaper said was ridiculous. Not light for their darkness, illusion, a vortex pulling them from sunlight to heat, a kind of midsummer burgeoning, waltz to the sickle, yet he was swept up. This shows that Grendel is seemingly moved by what the Shaper has to say. He keeps coming back for more and cannot seem to get enough of the Shaper's thoughts. Although Grendel is not seen as a hero by anyone, the Shaper is one of his heroes. He is definitely in denial about this and would not admit it, but Grendel really did appreciate what the Shaper had to say. Grendel, in his own special way, looked up to the Shaper. This is obvious when Grendel is watching the Shaper and he is crouched in the bushes beside the path, peeking in like a whiskered old voyeur, wet-lipped, red-eyed, his chest filled with some meaningless anguish. The Shaper helps Grendel understand things about people that he did not understand before and gives him something that is otherwise missing in his life, which is yet another reason society labels people as heroes. When one has someone to look up to for guidance, that person can give them confidence that they would not normally have or inspiration to do certain things. Now, you may be thinking, some people don't have heroes. Not everyone looks to someone like a god for advice or direction, or has a cliché role model. However, whether a person tries to or not, they are always subconsciously looking up to other people for the multitude of reasons previously mentioned. The labeling of heroes in society is inevitable. It always has been and always will be. People will always have admirable qualities and be placed above others to a certain degrees for reasons that are defined as heroic. Beowulf is a hero to all Geats for epically killing multiple monsters and being a great leader and warrior to all of his people. He is somewhat similar to a modern-day soldier or firefighter, worshipped by people for bravery, courage, and selflessness. Why do people constantly feel obligated to place people like Beowulf higher than themselves? That question can be answered through analyzing the actions of Grendel when he listens to everything the Shaper says. The Shaper adds to something not present for Grendel in his life. Through evaluating all of these factors, it is safe to say that people in society are very eager to label other people as heroes to satisfy their need for guidance or a role model in their life due to lack of confidence or something missing in their life that is fulfilled through a hero.